Once upon a time, there was an old man, and he was very wise. So, he was known by everybody as the wise old man. He lived in a town that happened to be the capital of the country where he lived. And so everyone had to go to that town to take care of official business and all that stuff. Now about 10 miles away there was another town. It was on the seacoast, it had a port, and so that's where all the commerce took place. Ships would come in with goods and stuff, and so there was all businesses and theaters and cultural things, and oh man, they even had a Wegmans there. So people went there to get their what they needed, and they went to this capital to get their official business taken care of. So you can imagine the road between the two cities was traveled a great deal, until a giant appeared about halfway between the two cities, and he would not let anybody pass, which was very inconvenient. It was like they closed the borders. They're stuck. Well, the people in the government decided we have to solve this, we have to do something. And they came up with a military solution. We will send our warrior out there to defeat the giant. Okay, so next day, the warrior goes out about halfway to the other city. Sure enough, the giant appears. I'm a giant! Which is obvious because the guy was huge. Choose your weapon and I will defeat you. And the warrior said, I choose swords. And he drew out this enormous sword, like 10 feet long, razor sharp. And he's going to slice that giant in two. And the giant holds out his hand, and out of nowhere appears this huge, humongous sword. It's 100 feet long. It weighs 2,000 pounds. He's about to kill the soldier, and the warrior says, I wish I had written my will. But it was too late. His estate was in probate for 3 years. Word got back to the government that had failed, so they sent out another warrior. The warrior goes out, giant encounters him. I'm a giant, choose your weapon and I will defeat you. The second warrior said, I choose clubs. And he brings out this massive club. It weighs 500 pounds, it's 15 feet long. He's about to clobber that giant. The giant holds out his hand, and out of nowhere appears an entire oak tree, still with the leaves on. There's even squirrels in it. He raises the oak tree, and the warrior is thinking to himself about his new bride and wishing he had updated his will. But it was too late. His ex-wife got everything. Word got back to the government. This isn't working. We have to do something smart. What should we do? I don't know. I know. The wise old man. We'll send him. So the next day, the wise old man set out down the road with his donkey pulling his cart. About halfway there, sure enough, giant appears. I'm a giant! Choose your weapon and I will defeat you! Really? Choose my weapon? That's an interesting question. I've never been asked that before. I'll have to think about that. So the old man sat down on his cart to think. The giant sat down on the ground next to him. And after a while, the old man got hungry, so he pulled out a bag of peanuts and offered it to the giant. You must be hungry after fighting all those warriors. Would you like some food? You can't defeat me with your kindness. And the giant held out his hand. And out of nowhere appeared all this food. There was steaks and roast turkeys and chickens and vegetable lasagnas and apples and oranges and entire platters of Whoppers, double Whoppers with cheese and bacon from Burger King, and another entire platter of Big Macs from McDonald's, and another entire platter of burritos from Taco Bell, including a gallon jar of Diablo sauce, and apples and pears and oranges and pineapples and tomatoes. It was amazing. And so the old man and the giant had a lovely meal together, and they talked and got to know each other. And after they were finished eating, and all the leftover food was put on the old man's cart, the old man said, well, I'm headed off to the other city. You must be tired. Would you like a ride? The giant said, you can't defeat me with your kindness. And so the giant picked up the old man, the donkey and the cart full of food, and he carried him all the way to the seaport city. Set him down. Thank you so much. No, thank you very much. Well, word spread pretty quickly that all you had to do going from one city to the next was go about halfway there, meet the giant, be nice to him, offer him food, have a meal with him, offer him a ride to the next place, and he would take you the rest of the way there with plenty of food. It worked very well. Everyone was happy, including the giant. And so, this has a happy ending. Well, not completely happy. There's one sad part to it. You see, eventually, Burger King, Taco Bell, McDonald's, and Wegmans went out of business.